Yeah, thank you, Chairman. Boy, that subject affects me. I can't go into it, but that's close to my home, close to what I was exposed to. Thank you, Chairman Simpson, Ranking Member Pingree, Congressman Kilmer, honored members of the subcommittee. I come before you as a treaty Indian. I'd like to acknowledge our Congressman Kilmer from the 6th, that we've had a long relationship with the congressman. Also acknowledge our tribal leaders throughout Washington State that have come here and all over the country. Our connection with the Great Lakes and the Columbia River Intertribal Fish and Wildlife Commissions, our sister tribes, and those that have come before you and told our story as Indian people, that we spend our life's work for our people. And my name is Ed Johnstone. I am a Quinault tribal member. I am in leadership as the chair of the Northwest Indian Fish Commission. We're 20-member tribes in western Washington, created after United States versus Washington, the Bolt decision. We have extensive management responsibilities, very complex, that are coast-wide through the Pacific Fisheries Management Council, internationally with the U.S. Salmon Treaty, and then the relationships with the states of Washington, Oregon, Idaho, California, and Alaska. They're complex. Many of the stories that we face are stories you've heard today and yesterday about what climate has done to our natural world. Quinault's a reservation that needs to be moved up on the high ground, similar to Shoalwater Bay, similar to stories you may have heard out of Alaska. It's affected our ecosystems in the water and in the uplands, plants and animals, everything that's involved in our natural world. And so our written testimony, our written request, you'll see on the table out there, and we've advanced on behalf of the Northwest Indian Fish Commission, critically important to our responsibility as co-managers. And I also speak for my grandchildren. I speak for my grandchildren's grandchildren and for those yet to come. It's the 7 generations. I want them to have a place that has that cultural identity that is so much heavily impacted when you lose those kinds of activities that are your culture. And part of the demise of us as Indian people is because we've lost our identity. When we hear about those things that inflict our lives, and a healthy culture means we have healthy people. So there are, several programs, such as the $66 million for BIA rights protection. That's foundationally is the base funding for our tribes from the beginning. $1.109 million for salmon steelhead habitat inventory and assessment program that many of you are aware of, that we worked on so hard to get it in position and to be something that has the ability to us to look at those salmon recovery plans that were adopted and actually work through the planning process that characterizes what those all of those natal streams from every one of our 20-member tribes in order to rebuild those stocks. Very, very critical. We want to maintain that and go forward. Stable is good. Going forward is better. $15 million for BIA Fish, Wildlife, and Parks, and $2 million for Western Washington Treaty Tribes wildlife management. We're working on additional legislation. We haven't gotten there yet. Working with one that maybe is out there and one that we've worked on for a long time. And $57 million for EPA's geographic programs. And with that, I appreciate your time. We have been supported very well here through our rich history of the leadership of the 6th and our tribes. Thank you.